What Lives in the Woods, Epilogue. That's it, Dad says, setting the last of our suitcases into the trunk and closing it. It's close to the end of July, and there's no hint of storms. We lived through for most of June, only sun. Hot, welcoming Michigan sun. Maybe we can get on the road soon? Sounds good. I check my pockets for my earbuds, convinced I won't survive the drive back to Chicago without them. Not with my brother blabbering on next to me anyway. Apparently Leo has decided that video games are out and paranormal activity is in. He's been reading anything and everything he can get his hands on about hauntings both here and in Chicago. He even found out about this ghost tour called Spirits of Chicago that he swears he's going to take as soon as we get back home. Of course, Will loves it. He's shown up at the house with arms full of books more times than I can count. I laugh, thinking that Annette Dottinger did more than just inspire my newest short story. She turned my brother into a reader, a nerd. Dad heads back into the house where Mom is checking each room one at a time to make sure we haven't left anything. I swear, if she asks me again if I have all of my charging cords, I'm going to scream. I'm watching the driveway when he pulls up, Will. His father stops and lets him out before pulling into one of the farthest spots and turning off the engine. Hey, he says, shielding his eyes from the sun. Hey, I answer back. The ache in my stomach starts up again. It's the one that I get every time I think about leaving here and not seeing Will again. He's not my boyfriend or anything, but he's still special. Still someone I want to hang out with more. He looks up at Woodmore. The sun is sparkling off the windows, and the new flowers lining the sidewalk sway in the gentle breeze. Even the grass is greener, thick and emerald-colored instead of crunchy and brown. It feels so different from the day I arrived here that it's hard to believe this is the same place. You all packed up? Yeah, we're supposed to leave soon. I dig the toe of my sandal into the gravel. This is worse than the day I did the awkward shoulder pat. There are so many things I want to say to Will, but they all seem to stay tangled up behind my tongue. I wish you didn't have to go. It's so quiet I almost don't hear it. I jerk my head up to face Will, surprised to see his mouth is tilted down into a frown. Me too. I swallow back the sadness I feel building. I knew this day was coming. I guess I just didn't know it would hurt so bad. Will, Dad emerges from the house, a handful of cords in his hand. I narrow my eyes on them, wincing when I recognize the one that goes to my computer. I'm never going to hear the end of that. Nice to see you. Good timing, too. I shoot a confused look at him, unless he means Will is here just in time to watch me drive away in a cramped minivan. I have no idea what Dad could be talking about. Oh, didn't I tell you? I need to come back here for a long weekend in September, consult with some people in the Historical Society and see how the renovations are going. In fact, I'll probably have to come back here every couple of months for a while, keep tabs on things. You will? I asked, stunned. This is the first time I've heard this. No, we will, he corrects. I wouldn't want to pick out our new vacation home without your input. I'm trying to talk, but I guess Will thinks I'm choking because he slaps me on the back. I give him a look. Vacation home? Dad laughs. Well, if we're going to be here so frequently, might as well. Unless, of course, you hate the idea. He says this with a smirk. Dad knows I don't hate the idea. When we first arrived here in Michigan, I would have done anything to crawl back into the car, drive back home, and never see this place again. Now, it's not half bad. I've had a chance to walk through the forest trails too, and this time didn't get run over by a raccoon. I also didn't get snatched up by the hitchhikers. Maybe nothing lives in the woods, but now that I know I'll be coming back here, I make myself promise that I'll get to the bottom of that legend. I guess I don't want to just write mysteries after all. I want to solve them. Dad sticks a thumb out toward the house. I'll just go round up your brother and Mom. He shoves the cords into my hands and walks off, humming In the Good Old Summertime. Will smiles, so bright it competes with the sun. Whoa, right? I say. I guess this isn't really goodbye now. More like a see you later, an hasta luego. I pause, realizing I don't know any other way to say see you later. Anyway, my internet isn't sketchy back in Chicago like it is here. Phone works too. Cool, I'll call you. He reaches up and pulls a backpack off that I hadn't noticed before. Unzipping it, Will rummages around until he finds what he's after. It's a gift, wrapped in paper with little tiny typewriters on it. He sees me eyeing it and says, Since you don't get to keep Annette's typewriter, I grin and take it from his hand. Once I told Dad what I figured out about the typewriter, we decided it would be best to donate it to Robert and the other owners of Woodmore. As cool as it is, it belongs in the house. Besides, it still creeps me out just a little. A horn breaks the silence, Will's dad. A lot of things have changed around here, but his schedule apparently isn't one of them. I better go. Talk tonight? Totally. Thanks for this. I hold the package in the air. He chuckles. Don't thank me yet. For all you know, that could be something really sinister, like a ransom note or a thumb. A thumb? I laugh as he starts to backpedal away from me. I wish I could memorize this moment. The sensation of being on the edge of everything wonderful. It's probably how Annette felt when she saw the floor plans for Woodmore for the first time. I watch Will's car pull out of the driveway, waving until it's only a speck in the distance. Then I open the package. It's a book. Not just any book, though. My book. In the Shadows by Ginny Anderson. My eyes widen. I can't believe he remembered. Will asked me what I like to write, and I told him a lot of stuff, but that it might be fun to write a short story about Woodmore. I didn't expect him to do something like this. Most people wouldn't. Opening the cover, I smile at the sound of the spine cracking and the smell of leather and fresh paper that wafts out. The pages inside are blank, waiting for me to start the story that's been growing in my brain. The story of a forgotten family, a bizarre legend, and a fearful town. It won't be Annette's story, but it will definitely have something in common with her. Woodmore.